You know, I get asked, Bill, Kings Island or Cedar Point? Well, let's dive right in and find out. Let's start with Kings Island. Kings Island has a very reliable lineup of world-class roller coasters, including the world's longest roller coaster, the Beast. You know, Cedar Fair doesn't like to experiment at Kings Island, so they build things that they know have worked at other parks. So Kings Island has B&M, Vekoma, and believe it or not, Kings Island does have an Intamin in Drop Tower. Kings Island has a world-class, award-winning children's area in Planet Snoopy. Planet Snoopy is huge for your younger, just starting out thrill seekers. Planet Snoopy has great rides even for adults. And do I dare say free? Yes, I will. Free with general admission, Soak City Water Park. Soak City Water Park is huge and has a ton of water slides, 2 wave pools, and an action river. So as of right now, I am going to say Kings Island is an amazing park if you're planning a trip there. 90% of the time, all of the attractions are going to be operational. I have never been to Kings Island and had more than one attraction not in operation. And that is great for any amusement park, especially Cedar Fair. Now we're going to dive into Cedar Point. Now, Cedar Point is up in Cleveland, Ohio, or Sandusky, Ohio, up on Lake Erie. However, Cedar Fair does experiment at Cedar Point with world-class rides like Millennium Force and Top Thrill Dragster and Maverick. Cedar Fair loves to build Intamin roller coasters. There's just one problem. Intamin roller coasters tend to have a lot of downtime, especially Top Thrill Dragster. Now, I have been to Cedar Point where 4 out of the 6 of their main lineup is down the whole day. And I've been to Cedar Point where Top Thrill Dragster has been down multiple days. Cedar Point and the experimentation of high-thrilling roller coasters is going to get you a lot of downtime. Let's talk about the water park. Well, Cedar Point just revamped their water park, getting rid of the Soak City name. And guess what? It is not free with general admission. You have to pay a second admission price in order to have access to the water park. So, it's not looking good right now with Cedar Point in their downtime and the extra admission to the water park. But let's talk about these world-class rides. They are out of this world. Millennium Force, I'm sorry, Fury 325 and Carowinds is the best Giga Coaster I've ever ridden. Top Thrill Dragster just kicks any kind of thrill you've ever had out the door. They have dive coasters, launch coasters. They have a wing coaster, an inverted coaster. Cedar Point is packed, including the first ever hyper coaster in Magnum XL 200. Cedar Point's lineup is ridiculous. But I go back to that downtime. If I plan a trip in February, there's no telling. If I go in May, there could be 4 or 5 rides down. Now, most of the time I plan a trip to Cedar Point and I'll do 2 days in a row. And like I said, some of those rides are down 2, 3, or a full week in a row. So that's something you really have to think about when you're planning a trip to Cedar Point. Other than it being the roller coaster capital of the world, the thrill seeker destination of the century, you have to watch the downtime. So, we have America's Roller Coaster and Kings Island. What am I going to choose? Well, my choice is Kings Island. Oh my gosh, the hate mail I'm going to get, but guess what? I can't help it. Kings Island's the winner. With their free water park, reliable lineup, and best kids area, Kings Island wins it.